It just sort of opened my mind to thinking about things and thinking about the world and really looking at the world. And that's what a writer needs to do. A writer needs to be ultra aware, extra aware of the world around him or her. My name's Monica Bilson, and I'm a writer. I wrote stories in grade school, and it was a story about two girls whose parents go on vacation and they decide they don't want to be left behind, so they disguise themselves as plants and creep into the airport and then sit there and wait and then creep onto the plane. And my teacher told me that I definitely should be a writer. So that was the beginning, and then as a teenager I abandoned it because I became a dancer. And then I was into dance until I was in my early 20s, and then I rediscovered writing when I went to college in my 20s. By my junior year, I started taking literature classes and philosophy classes and started doing research, and I realized this is where I belong. This is what makes me happy. It didn't really come in the form of me writing anything. It came in the form of me taking a philosophy class and in the form of doing research for an English paper on William Faulkner. And I was in the library amongst the stacks looking for my research, and I got really excited, and I'm like, wow, I really want to be an English major and I want to do this. Well, when I was a junior in college, I took a class called Existentialism and Phenomenology. We really started to question what many people take for granted. What is human nature? What is art? What is technology? We started questioning the roots behind all these things. I think one of the premises of the course is that really many things we take for granted in life are informed by narratives. As a writer, that's very interesting because, one, you're questioning what everything means. That there's no such thing as just a given meaning unless it's biological. Two, that if everything's informed by narrative, then what are the stories that we tell ourselves that comprise the meaning of our lives, and why are those stories so important? I think a writer's role is to help people feel more alive. I think that our contemporary adult existence is full of mundane, repetitive existence, full of petty demands, full of distractions, full of routine. And I think that when you read a book that really provides you with a shining moment of living, of something true about your life, it makes you feel more awake in what's otherwise sometimes a kind of monotonous world. And I think for children it's different. I think children don't feel monotonous yet. I think if you get them used to engaging with these very awake moments, then maybe they will carry that into their adult lives. I think it's very helpful. A way to deal with adult life is to remember those awake feelings. So New Hampshire Institute of Art is launching a low residency MFA program based in Peterborough, New Hampshire. It allows people who have busy full-time lives, whether that's because they have a family or a job or both, it allows them to complete an MFA in creative writing. We have 4 10-day residencies throughout the program, but otherwise you do all your work at home and you submit it to a mentor through email. It allows people who have full lives, who wouldn't be able to take 2 or 3 years off to just go away to graduate school. It allows them to get an MFA and to study writing, whether they want to teach writing or actually be writers. So I think that's a great opportunity. Our program is a little more experimental in focus. We believe that writing has changed a lot in the last 50 years, as it always does. It's changed with the times, it's changed with developing technology, it's changed with globalized media, and so writing's very form is changing. You see a lot more graphic novels, you see a lot more hybrid fiction, poetry and prose are becoming a little, that boundary is becoming more fluid. While the program is not solely focused on those kinds of writing, we are certainly interested in them and will encourage anyone who's interested in writing in using those mediums. For me, I would say art is something that when we're engaging with it, it makes us feel alive and awake. It communicates something to us about being human. I think that when we engage in art, the meta message that we're getting is you're alive, you're awake, you're engaged. And that's why art is incredibly important. It's about being human, what it means to live in this world.